Yo, what's going on? It's April. Nice. It's May 5th, 2025, 8:44 p.m. And, oh man, I was actually procrastinating the show. I was just barely. I was doing some code on Mimo. And there's this guy. So there's a leaderboard. So I'm on the Stone League. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, I didn't say that in 2 or 3 episodes ago because I finished the leaderboard, then it loaded a new leaderboard. So it went from dirt to stone. So it's like we're playing Minecraft. But in the wooden or the wooden league, I got 10,000 or 11,000 points, and the second place guy got 2,000 points. So I fucking dominated. And right now in this stone league, the top guy has 5,100 points. I've got 3,200, but this guy just keeps on getting more and more, and it pisses me off because I'm trying to be number one, you know? And so there's 50 people on this leaderboard. The last 2 people have 0. Everybody below 8th place doesn't even have 1,000. So his name is Adamir Thiago Sandrini. Adamir Thiago Sandrini. Probably goes by Andy in America. But anyway, he's got 5,100 points. He's got 2,000 more than me, almost double than what I have. And fuck that guy, huh? I want to be number one. Man, what a fucking nerd just playing this coding learning shit. You know, I'm just playing because, of course, yeah, he's doing the same thing. I got 10,000 my first go around. So anyway, so I was procrastinating doing the show because I just want to go to bed, dude. I just want to, or not. I mean, I do want to go to bed, but okay, there's proof right there that sometimes you'll just be speaking just because you speak, and then whatever comes out, that's what you say, not what you mean. I procrastinated the show because I just want to get to bed. If that were true, I would have done the show 7 a.m. All right, well, I don't really have much to say today other than I'm working on more stuff for Brian. I actually talked to him about the software, and he said, yes, do it. However that would look, I want to see, you know, and yeah, so I'm really, really hyped about that response because he said, so if you remember, he said, hey, we're going to have you present this spreadsheet to the what the fuck am I trying to say? To the, what the fuck is going on? To the $1 Million Mastermind students on Tuesday. And I said, oh shoot, what time is the call? He said 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I said, shoot, dude, I work from 5 to 4. And I say 4 because I get home from the gym around then, you know, it's a priority. And he said, man, no worries. Oh, and then he said, hey, for the ads tab, which is part of the spreadsheet, can we add this and blah, 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 and add this and add this? And I said, yeah, dude, no problem. However, you know, the more things that we add right now, it's going to take longer. Plus, I only have about 2 hours today and then maybe 2 or 3 hours tomorrow to work on this. So it definitely won't be done by Tuesday, unfortunately. And I was expecting, I don't know why I'm expecting him to be a hard ass, like, oh, what the fuck, bro? I thought, you know. But he literally said, oh, good, leave it for now, do a duplicate sheet and work on the duplicate for the new variation. And then I said, okay, sounds good, man, we'll do. What do you think about if I made this into a full-blown software application where you make an account and log into it? Believe it or not, that's actually much easier to do than Excel coding stuff. Not everyone needs something as beefy as you guys. So it would be awesome for you. Why did I say that? I've got a prototype I've been working on. It does the same exact thing as the spreadsheet does, but there's no limits to it. Log in, data is safe and secure. All data and stuff is there. Can do so much more with it too. And then he said, yep, do it. Let's see. You guys hear that? The fuck was that? He says, let's see. I'm game for the spreadsheet if you wanted to make... All right. I'm game for the spreadsheet. If you wanted to make a software, I don't know what that would look like, so that would be a you project until you proved it worked. Ha, ha, ha. I'm looking for ease of use. And I sent him a big, long text and then another one saying I might be quitting my job, and he left me on red. But it seems like he does that a lot in the response the next day, something like that. So, I mean, the guy's running a multi-million-dollar business. He's got 100 employees. You know, I'm sure he's got his hands full. So, anyway, that's that. That's how that went. And I'm pretty pumped about that. I thought he would be like, oh, no, we don't need a software. Well, that's cool. But He said that would be a you project. That makes me feel like he wants me to do it on my own time and not log the hours or something like that. But what the fuck do you mean, dude? I'm making this for you. So I'm absolutely going to log the hours for it. Anyway, now what are my hours at for the month? Let's check. I'm at 14 hours for the month. It's May 5th, so it's about 14 hours every 5 days on average. It's a fair average. So if that's the case, then that is almost 100 hours. So it'd be 96, I think, because 14 times 6. Yeah, it'd be 84 hours. So 84, I'm just going to see how much I would get. For 84 hours, I would get, the payout would be $2,100 for me. So that's pretty cool. Because it would actually be $2,600, but minus for the $500. So that's where that's coming from. I also haven't gotten paid yet from them. And I am expecting $983. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, that's all that. I'm going to keep on going for sure. Still haven't heard back from Jasmine. She's the person I'm supposed to be working for. Dude, I feel like I've got 27 different projects going on. You know, I'm doing this workaround thing for Brian. Now I'm doing the software project for that. And, you know, I'm putting the social media tracker on hold to make this for him, you know. And then we've got the data box thing that Jasmine has yet to get back to me on. But that's kind of why I'm hired to do all that. But I'm working on projects for Brian. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And then we've got me working for Mina, hopefully, with this resignation going through. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. And then I'm going to get out of here and go to bed. Before I do, let's see if this is recording with my mic. Hello? Yeah, we're good. Okay. So with the resignation, there was an email today. It was not an approval email, which sucks, but it did say a whole bunch of shit saying that here's what we did, here's what we're going to do, here's what step we're on, here's what you can expect next. And that's actually awesome. You know, it's very shitty that it took them this long to communicate that, but that email alone is great. So it just said, here's what we've done in this date, here's what we've done on this date, here's what we've done on this date. Here's what we're at in the timeline. What you can expect next is XYZ. And what we can expect next is getting an email with approval or denial. So we got an email that said all the steps. Now I'm just going on Reddit. And this person says, Department of Air Force out here sending another bullshit email with zero context other than what they've said before, wasting my time. That was 33 minutes ago. And I understand. However, I mean, this is very helpful, so I don't know what he's upset about. I mean, they sent an email, you know, asshole. Next guy says, it looks like I'm going to be on leave when the paperwork finally comes out. Does anyone know if we can out-process? Okay, that's not important. Let's see. I saw some juicy shit earlier. Where is it? Okay. Department of Air Force verification of intent email received. This is different than the general email from earlier in the day stating notifications will be sent out. It says, so some guy says, did it say you were approved? And this guy says, no, the notification is a link to select how you would like to participate. Very similar to the link from the Department of Defense back in April. Basically just another confirmation. Email says many times that it is not approval, but it is simply initiating the validation process. Then there's another guy that says it's the validation email. If you received this, you weren't exempted. It's basically asking you if you want to take DRP. Next email should include the final separation agreement. Do you mind if I ask what band you're in? I'm in AFMC, so waiting to hear back. So I don't know how he knows this information. Let's see. I think that's it here. So this guy says, employee here, just as others stated, I received the email confirming applications will be sent out this week. However, I see that in the executive order email that was sent out, all exemptions have been approved by the acting Secretary of Air Force, who is now exempt. And then another person says, key info updates. The acting Secretary of Air Force approved all submitted DIF exemption requests to the DoD DRP. This is inclusive of all United States Air Force and United States Special Forces. exemptions. The notification process to employees with approved applications is intended to begin this week. For additional information on the DRP process and next steps, please see DoD, DRP, and VERA process document. And let's see. So the key point here is that it says, so the start of the email that I got today says, greetings, Department of Air Force civilian employees. Civilian employees who applied for the DoD, DRP, and VERA will receive official notification regarding their application status starting the week of May 5, 2025. Notifications will be released on a rolling basis. So I hope that means this week, sometime this week. What I think it means, because fuck these guys, is okay, starting this week, we're going to start pretending like we're working, and then we're going to release them on a rolling basis within the month. I feel like it's an exaggeration, but I do not think that I will get, like, truthfully speaking, I don't think I'll get an email this week just because of how everything's going. However, I'm going to hope and get stoked and whatever if I do. Hope I do get an email this week. I don't know. And the fact that it's a short week, meaning I don't work Friday, which is great, but it's a short week. And I'm only going to have 3 more days of work to see this email. So, and there's nothing else in any, let's see. There's nothing else in any form on Reddit. So let's see if I can find something else. Okay, let's check this one out. Okay, so this guy says, I submitted my DRP application the first day it was available and didn't get confirmation until the 21st. Me too. The cutoff date was the 30th April to hear anything back, but I still haven't gotten anything. My supervisor in CPO, Dawn, I don't know who that is, have any other information. Has anyone heard of when we would get the decision on it? This guy, Express Mess 463, 6 hours ago. So this was about 3 p.m., it's coming. I'm Department of Air Force, and I got my opt-in email today. The fuck? It's got 8 votes, so maybe there's 8 people that I agree. Another guy says, I received an email from my FSS today saying the notifications are going out this week. On a rolling basis, who knows what that means? As soon as the message is processed and ready to be sent, it is sent. They are not sending the acceptance in bulk. Oh, that's what that means. So that's cool. So, let's see. I don't think it was targeted at people who accepted. Interesting. This email was not targeted at people who accepted DRP. There was also 3 or 4 people who said that in their shops or wherever they worked, the people who applied didn't get the email, but they all got it later. And I think that's interesting. So Department of Air Force resignation number is looking at right around 3K total. That's including 40 plus. So I'm assuming those numbers are not nearly close to what they are wanting. I can also confirm those emails are on the way for verification of intent. See, like, I want to take all this stuff and say, hell yeah, but like, dude, who the fuck are these people? How can they confirm this? What do they know that we don't? What information do they have access to that I don't, So always try to take this shit with a grain of salt, but it is extremely exciting to think that I could be really on my way out. You know what I mean? How do you just click on this one? Yeah. How about this one? No, this one is older, a week old. Yeah, okay, we're done here. So that's what's going on today. I actually had to work at work today, which kind of sucks. Poor me, boo-hoo. So I wasn't able to really do anything on my laptop, which sucks. And, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm very tired. And I'm just wanting out, man. As soon as I quit this, then I'll be working more hours for Mina. I would start at 12, and if I'm like right now, just working hours for Mina, that would be 360. So it's $14.40 a month, and then we got Brian's money. We'll just say it's 80 hours, so $14.40 plus 24.80. It's $39.20. That is, if I times that by 30% tax, so it's $2,700 take home. It's actually about $500 less than my full-time job, so I'm about to double my income essentially. And that honestly just starts as well. It started now. I'm already working hours for Brian, but I just want that email, because then a lot of good things will happen for me. I get more money. I can pay a lot of things off, and my financial situation and all that will look much better. So that way, come October or into the resignation date, when it comes time to get a new job, I won't have to, and that's the ultimate goal. So, I mean, what's exciting, is if I don't have a job, I can actually schedule on my calendar very consistently across the board, the exact same times every day. It's not going to be one day's different than the other because I got to go to bed or wake up. It's just every fucking day's the same. I won't have to go to bed at 8:30 and wake up at 4. I won't have to. I can, truthfully speaking, I think for me, going to bed around 10, 11 or midnight and then waking up at 5, 6 or 7, shit works great for me. I like that. I like, well, for example, it's 9 o'clock. I don't think it's bright out. No, it's another, well, actually, let's see. Yeah, there's no light. So 9 o'clock, I feel like I should be having, an hour or two left of my day, go to bed at 11, wake up at 6 or 7. I like that, because when you wake up at 6, especially now that it's getting towards the summertime, when you wake up at 6 o'clock, it's got that morning light, it's dawn or whatever, it's the break of dawn, right? And at 7 o'clock, the sun is the sun's not up yet, but it's still bright. I like that. I like waking up when it's bright out. I like that. I like being able to go and open my blinds and the sun peeks in and it illuminates the entire room. I love that. I like being able to go outside, get some fresh air, and just walk around in the morning while it's bright outside. Fucking love it. And, of course, it's badass to get up before the sun rises and, get in 20 hours of work before the sun even comes up. It's hardcore, but I don't know, dude. You just got to do what the fuck works for you and not care like how it appears or looks. And I've struggled with that so much. I actually, I talked about it on the show back in August, but I was like, damn, when I quit FedEx, it was like, I can't say that I work every day anymore. That hurts the legacy, because now I'm just, now my story is tainted for when I achieve success, because I can't say that I worked every day while I was doing this. I can only say that I worked Monday through Friday, and that's ego. That's all that it is. And, I think about that all the time. Like when things, quote unquote, get easier, I'm like, fuck, there goes the legacy, Like with this whole resignation, I'm like, dude, oh man, because when I succeed and I do well, it's going to be because I had this 5-month crutch and I got all this money, blah, blah, blah. And that truthfully bothers me to think that there's truth to it. However, anybody can take this resignation and then just sit on their ass and not do anything and take a 5-month vacation, Anybody can do that. But for me to sit there and actually take it serious and then make something happen, I don't know. I truthfully struggle with that. I just want to be able to sit on someone's podcast, tell my success story, and then have it not be like, oh, well, his dad gave him $5 billion, so that's why I don't want that. So I don't know. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I hope tomorrow I get an email. I hope everything goes well and I can move the fuck on. But because I applied as soon as I possibly could. So I'd like to believe that because I applied ASAP, my name is much higher on the list because I was one of the first ever to do it. I know I was. As soon as I got the email, I didn't even read the full thing before I said, yes, I agree. I mean, it's resign, And, yeah, I just hope I get it soon, because I'm not even shitting. If I get that email tomorrow, I am clocking out. I'm going to my manager's office and I'm saying, hey, dude, this is what's going on. Can we get this going? We actually talked about it today, and he said that he actually said verbatim, yeah, I mean, if you got accepted today, we could get you out of here, out processed by the end of the day. And I don't think he knows all the info because I was told you have to wait a week. But I was like, well, if that's what he says, then I'm going to do that. Because, dude, I'm not even, if I get an email, right now it's 9:04 p.m. If I got an email at 9:05 p.m., I'm going in my car at 9:06 because fuck, I'm out, Oh, man. I want to make this happen so bad. But anyway, that's what's going on. I'm ready. I'm eager. And yeah, that's all I got. So no big updates or anything like that. Oh, that's what I was saying. So with dude, I get so fucking sidetracked when I'm talking. It's unbelievable. It's actually impressive how sidetracked I get. So when I was talking about waking up and having the calendar be the same, I like the idea of having everything being sectioned off. Like, okay, every day, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., I'm learning how to code, period. That's all I'm doing. I don't have my phone. All I got is some caffeine and my computer. Window open, I can see the sunrise. That's my fucking morning every morning. And then, 10 to 11, I'm going to take an hour. I'm just going to sit there or read or anything I want. And then from 11 to 2, we are going to work on a project, do whatever. From 2 to 3:30, we're going to hit the gym. From 3:30 to 6:30, we're going to work on the project again. Whatever. I mean, I'm just pulling these numbers out of my ass. But, dude, that's just, wow, unreal. And to think that my day wouldn't end at 8:30 anymore. It would end at 10 or 11 or even midnight. That sounds unreal to me. So that would be, I know that would do wonders for me. So anyway, that's all I got. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get some info. If not, then I'll go fuck myself. Anyway, that's the show. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.